Good morning and hello everyone. This is Sherry. Welcome to my channel, Turquoise Dreaming. I'm so glad you're here. Yeah, I'm doing this in the morning, but I'm not sure when you're watching. But good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, as they say. But I wanted to share some behind the scenes crafting that I've been doing. I do that once in a while, and I call it behind the scenes or mobile crafting or whatever you want to call it. These things I made right here at my craft table, so not really mobile, but they could be, I guess. But let me show you. I showed you when I brought home these things, and let's see what I got here. I kind of got stuff everywhere, but I went ahead. I wanted to, so sometimes I bring home things and I don't want to just put them away. I want to go ahead and do what I wanted to do with them. You know what I mean? And this wasn't something I could do on video because it's just, not, it's just something I just had to sit here and do that took a while, but not that long. So I showed you these little hearts that I brought home. They're little, like, Valentine ornaments. And I think I said I got them at Dollar Tree, but I actually think I got them at Walmart. Yeah, I really think I got them at Walmart. So, but if you have them and you maybe needed an idea, or maybe you have a different idea and you could share it in the comments. But yeah, they have the little ornament top like this that you see, on regular ornaments, like on Christmas ornaments. And a little loop here is on, built into it. But this actually pops off pretty easily. I didn't break any of them. I gently took them off, being careful not to break them, but none of them actually even came close to breaking. So, but this is what I ended up doing with them. I said I wanted to use up my seed beads, and I did. I used them up in here. In fact, even ran out because I have some that are empty, which that doesn't matter to me. Like, I went ahead and used them because I think they're cute empty too, so you don't have to put anything in them. But I thought when I got them, I thought they would be cool to use up my seed beads in and make like little shaker hearts. So that's what I did. So even in the red one, like this is an empty red one, but this is a one with stuff in it. So I just pictured these like this, kind of just, kind of a shabby chic vintage feel to them. And so, yeah, I filled them all up with my seed beads. I didn't pay attention to like trying to put any certain color in them or anything like that. I just, these all got to fit in here and be gone type of thing. Because I just don't want to, use my seed beads anymore. But watch me buy more now because I like this craft so much. Watch and see if I buy more, because this was so fun. But if you don't have seed beads, I figure I have sequins and things like that. And it's like you can put whatever you want in here as long as it will fit. The hole is pretty tiny, but the seed beads did fit in there, with no problem. So what I did was just take the little top off, and I think I used to have a little tiny funnel, but I don't know where it is or if I even have it anymore, because I don't think I really do have it anymore. But I just made myself a little paper funnel here. This is just papery paper, and there's still some seed beads stuck in there, I think. But see, it's just got a little end to it here, a little circular, like funnel type end on it, and I just wrapped it up. Like if you've ever, it reminded me of when I've made paper beads. If you've ever made paper beads, you kind of roll up the paper and glue it together as you're rolling and things like that. So, or at the end. And that's what I did with this. I just used my permanent glue stick and put a little bit of glue as I was rolling, and a little bit, and quite a bit at the end, so it would stick together and it wouldn't come apart. But yeah, I just made myself this little funnel to make sure I made it as tiny as I could so it could fit in the end. Once I took the lid off, it fit in the end, and then I put my seed beads through here with a little spoon I have to scoop them up. And sometimes I just picked them up with my fingers and put them in there because, at some point you have, so little in your container that you can't pick them up with a spoon. So I ended up just boom, boom, and I got them all done. So these are all of the hearts I had, and I filled them all up with the seed beads. And then the only other issue that you would need to watch out for if you have these, or if you get these in the future, is under the loop, there is a hole. Okay, so I took what I did. This is a little tedious, but it worked. I took the hole punches from my just my regular hole punch, this one right here, and put one or two. See, this had it has some more in here now. The little hole punches, you know, that you get out, like this little hole punch right here, the little hole punches. And so I took those. I just took them right out of there. I didn't have any saved. I used to save them, but I don't save those anymore because I found out I don't really use them. But you can use those for sequins if you don't want to. If you want to recycle those little hole punches, you could use those instead of sequins, just in case you've never thought about that. But anyway, I took one or two, whatever I could get in there. But I had them right here on my desk. And I put a little dab of my Fabri-Tac because I wanted to make sure they stuck down. So I just took my Fabri-Tac and just let a little dab, like just barely a drop, come out. And I would kind of put it on the little dot, little hole punch, and kind of grab it and put it just with my fingers or with even the glue and kind of poke it down into the little top. I know, yeah, tedious, right? Yeah, and you're really like, really cool, I'll try that, or you're like, yeah, no. But anyway, I did it, and it wasn't, I didn't mind it. I would do it again because you have to cover up that little hole or your seed beads. If you put something in here as small as a seed bead, it's going to come out. Even with this on here, I would be afraid that they would come out of the hole. You could try it, putting this on here and see if they come out, but I wanted to make sure they didn't come out, so I put that little hole down inside, that little hole punch, and I had that little bit of glue on it, so I got the glue down in there and made sure it stuck down over that hole. And so sometimes I accidentally or on purpose tried to grab whatever I could grab, one or two, because, you know, at some point you're just like, you know, this is, you know, at a certain point you're like, whatever, you know, it grabbed one, it grabbed two, whatever, you stuff it down in there and then you kind of flatten it out with whatever you can. I was using my my X-Acto knife to kind of poke it down in there and kind of move it around because it has this little sharp end on it. You could use something else, but I found out that I liked using the flatness of this too. So, you know, I just used whatever I had and kind of moved it around in there, got it in place, and, you know, tamped it down so it would be flat and stuck over the hole that's here. This one happens to have a little, I put this on here because it was a spare piece from another little piece of jewelry I was getting rid of, this little loop. It's like a, you know, tiny keychain loop type thing. Anyway, I just stuck it on there for the heck of it, just to use it, because I had it, you know, just laying around here from a piece of jewelry and I didn't want to put it away, so I just used it. But most of them don't have that. I just put the little, this is actually from a sheet, I think, just a plain one. And then, so yeah, I already had all these strips torn. Like these I use as ribbon. I have them torn from a sheet that, if you see my craft room tour, maybe you saw them. But I have really long ones and I cut them up and use them as a ribbon, like to wrap orders or whatever I need this kind of vintage looking beige-ish ribbon for. And then I also had in my scraps, I had one or two strips of this. This is another sheet with roses on it, and I just went ahead and used up what I had in my scraps, this little vintage sheet with roses. So I had a little bit of that, and there I had a strip of my scraps. No, not my scraps, in my ribbon. Again, you know, with this ribbon that I used to wrap orders, I had a little strip of this coffee dyed fabric from Maria, and I went ahead and used that on this one. And some of them I tied in a knot like this, so it could be like ready to go to hang on from the side of a journal. That's what I'm thinking I'll use these for, by the way. Just to hang from a tassel, or this could be the dangle or whatever I choose at the time, depending on the journal. And so I got the red, the clear, And then some of them I left open just to see if I, preferred them to be untied. Like which one will I actually prefer when it comes right down to using it. So I left some of them untied like this. But the thing is with the tied ones, like I was thinking I could hang them somewhere here in my craft room on something, a hook or something to, while I, store them to, be, until they're used. Okay. So I know that was a long explanation, but I wanted to explain it in detail. So, because I'm not showing you how I did it, so I needed to explain it in detail so you know what exactly I did. And so, yeah, I think they're really cool. I'm so glad that I did it. And just, I guess I could even hang more than one from a journal. I probably wouldn't, but look how cute they are. Just hanging together even as a decoration. If you wanted to make some for a decoration in your craft room or somewhere. Just really, really cool, kind of shabby chic, whatever looking. So let me get these out of the way and I'll show you a couple other things here. That was the main thing that took most of my time in my behind the scenes crafting. Here they all are hanging together. This is all of them right here. Aren't they gorgeous? I just love them. So the other things I did, let's see. I showed you, oh, I can't even reach it over there. Hold on, it's on the other side of my table. Okay. Let me put those over there, my hearts. And put a few tools away that I just got out. But yeah, the other thing I did was, I'm probably going to keep this in my stash somewhere. Maybe with I think I might put it with my sequins so I don't have to make, because I didn't like mess it up or anything. So it wasn't hard to make. Like I could make another one, but why not keep that one if it's still good? So then I had these two recipe tags still out here that I made on video the other day. And the butterflies and mushroom, well, this butterfly and mushroom that I cut from Maria's package that she sent me for my birthday. And I went ahead and decorated these two little recipe cards with those. And you see I have decided to let them hang off the tag a little bit. So I think those are super cute, like vintagey looking decorated little recipe tags. We just put them on cardstock when we were using up scraps. So that's what we did on video. And then I decorated them. And then I had this tag that I wanted to do something with. It says, look at this, it's a Stranger Things tag. And if you're a Stranger Things fan, and I have a Stranger Things little golden book. So I'm going to put this, I put it in my Halloween stash. I'll probably do it for Halloween this year in 2026. But I thought, this was on a sweater I bought, not this one, but another one. I don't think it was on this one. It was on a blue one with, I got it at Walmart and it has a Scotty Dogs on it. And I don't know why. Is there a Scotty Dog? I don't remember. I watched the whole series of, or we did watch the whole series of Stranger Things except for the last season because we don't have Netflix anymore. Like, I was like, how can I watch the last season without having Netflix? I'd have to get Netflix just to watch it. So I haven't done that yet, and I don't know if I will, but I enjoyed the part that I did watch, so I'm not really like, I have to see the last season or anything, but I probably should watch it since I watched the whole thing. But anyway, this tag was on that sweater, and I was like, what in the world? Why is this on this sweater with Scotty Dogs on it? I don't remember if there's a Scotty Dog. I don't remember a Scotty Dog. But anyway, really cool Stranger Things tag, and I didn't cover at the back because it does say Stranger Things right there too. And here it says upside down, so the whole thing is just really cool. So I put a little red yarn on here to be able to put this with my Halloween stash for my Stranger Things journal that I'll make around Halloween time next year. That would be a good anytime journal. I don't think it has to be Halloween, but I just thought, it might be a good idea to do that around Halloween. So that's what I thought I'd do. And then I had this little, I just all of a sudden got this idea. It's not anything great, but I think I'm gonna look for my I can't picture where they are right now, or I already would have done it. But I have little, little chains, the ball chains with the little thing you could connector, and I'm picturing this with a ball chain, little loopy thing. And so as soon as I figure out where they are, since I moved my craft room, sometimes I don't know where things are that I haven't used, like since I've been up here. So I'll find it and I'll put one here. But this is just a simple little thing. But I just all of a sudden I was like, oh, I think I want to make this into like a little, almost like a little charm that I can hang from the tassel also, or the outside of the journal in some way. I guess it could be on the inside, but I'm picturing it on the outside. So it's just a little craft colored scrap that I had. Maybe you saw it, me moving it around in my scrap control video. And I went and I decided to stamp on it. So this is a stamp that I have, this little fishbone, and it says meow on it. So it's a fishbone stamp with a meow. And I said, well, I think I want to stamp on both sides. So on this side I have stamped hello, if you can see that. Hello and fishbones. It doesn't have anything to do with each other, just a fun little, I used up a scrap, so that was fun. And then I had in my shop, my eBay shop, a de-stash of jewelry findings and things, and it was not purchased. And I was like, well, I got it out. I took it out of my shop. I said when I put it in there, I said, I'm not going to leave this in there very long. I showed it to y'all. Nobody apparently needed it or wanted it. So I thought, well, I'll just take it out because I don't want to store it any longer, and I don't want to just have it here with me not using it. So I took it out, and then I said, well, maybe I can use some of this stuff. So I've been continually making beaded tassels during TV time at night. I haven't shown you those, but this week I made 5 during my TV time this week. I didn't do it every night either. I just did two nights. One night I made 3. The next night I did it again. Remembered to do it, and I did, and made 2. Yeah, we didn't watch TV every night together, my husband and I, this week either. That's one reason, because he wanted to watch a race, and when he watches a race or something, after I get home from work, we'll have dinner, and then he'll go watch his race, and I'll go. Like sometimes, some nights we're not even hungry. We don't even eat dinner. So he'll go watch his race, and I'll come up here and do my crafting. So, I don't have my TV time crafting when we do that. But so 2 nights at least this week we watched TV together, and I got this beaded tassels done. But that made me think of these beads, because I had bought a little beaded kit from Walmart, a little bead kit with all the beads in it. And it had some heishi beads, or hishi. I say heishi. Anyway, it had some heishi beads in it. And I've been using them. I wasn't using them on my beaded tassels. And then I did start using them, like, in the last couple of weeks. I'm trying to think if I just started this week using them. Anyway, I am able to get them onto my beaded tassels. I thought, okay, this looks cute. I like this. And I have in fact, one of my subscribers, if you're watching, you asked me if I have any heishi beads, and I don't remember my comment. Hopefully I answered your question. Sometimes I miss one. I see it and then it disappears. I'm like, where did that go? I want to answer all the questions, but sometimes I see a question or a comment and I want to reply to them all, but I'm like, where? I see it on my notifications on my phone, and I have to go to it, and maybe I don't have time to go to it right then, and then I go to find it and I can't find it. So anyway, if there's a comment, if you ever commented on my channel and I didn't respond, it's because I don't know where it went, where it came from. So, but anyway, so I took some of the beads out there to see if I can still use them, because I don't want to just, these heishi beads. I'll just tell you the story about the heishi beads real quick. So the heishi beads I got in a, sponsored video, not, just where we get the product for free from like BB Crafts or one of those companies, and then we do some videos about them and how we use them, which I did, I always did. But one of the things that I got was the heishi beads, and what I did was order 2 different colors, but they ended up being very similar colors, You know, they were mixed colors. Like here's one here. And if you can see that, here's one. And they're a lot. This is what I have. I think this is everything I have left, I think. I thought I had more, actually. But for the moment, unless I find more, this is what I have left. So here's some, and they're really pretty colors. So there's some there. And then here's another bag here that I have. Very pretty colors. So I'm going to try to use some of these in my beaded tassels before I give up on them. This one, let's see. Oh, this one I might have made into something. That's what these are. But I'm going to take them apart. And yeah, these are made into something. That's what I did with these. Let's see. What did I make? I made a bracelet. See, here's the connector here. And the lobster claw clasp on this end. So I made a bracelet. And I made, this is a necklace. Oh no. Yeah. Yeah, here's the lobster claw right here. Lobster claw on this side and chain on this side to hook it together. But this is a necklace, like almost like a choker. And then I made another, looks like a longer one, maybe, but again, necklace. 2 necklaces and a bracelet. Oh, I made 2 bracelets and 2 necklaces. Here's another bracelet. That's what that package is. Okay, so I made something. I was making jewelry for a while, and I haven't been doing that lately. I haven't had the interest in doing that lately. And these are all just from the original. When I ordered them, this is how they come on a, you know, this wire that looks like fishing line type of wire, jewelry wire. And yeah, that's how it comes. So anyway, I'm going to try to use some of these before I give up on them. Took them out of my shop. And I'm going to try to use them before I give up on them. And so I put some in here. So this is where my seed beads were. So this is another little organization project I just did. And I also had these. These I bought, these little letter. I bought these at, I think they were on even on clearance at Walmart. The letter beads. And it's kind of like, you know, I talk about how I don't like using the letter stickers. But I found a purpose for them now. I make flashcards out of them. So I'm going to try to use these letter beads in my beaded tassels. And the thing is, I don't want to spell words out. You know, I just don't want to have to take the time to find words and spell them out. But I might try to spell some words out. But it's like if you, at some point, you're going to run out of letters to actually make words. You know what I mean? Like right now, I can probably make some words. But at some point, I'm going to have like all certain letters left and no vowels or whatever, things like that. So that's what the frustration is with letters. But I'm still going to try to use them maybe randomly or something in my beaded tassel. And I'm going to try, I definitely use these because I already figured out how to get them on my, you know, and how I like to put them on my beaded tassel because I've been using the ones like I just mentioned. And these are already in here. These are my little colorful eye screws there. So those are already in there with my seed beads. So I know that was a lot of explanation, but you know, like I always say in these behind the scenes videos, I like to explain things so you can, you know, sometimes it gives you all ideas and things like that. So also I wanted to do a little crafting, and I wanted to use these up. So this is not a scrap video. This is just a craft with me type part of the video here. I've got these that where I was used, you know, I'm trying to use up some of these. I put these tabs that I found in my index card drawer on here, and we're going to decorate these in a second. And I still have my words out here that I'm trying to use up some of those. And then I wanted to open this because I showed it to you in my Dollar Tree, you know, Thrifty Thursday video. And I wanted to go ahead and open one because I got 2 of these. And I wanted to see, you know, can we use some of these now, or how is this going to end up? How are we going to end up using these? How are these going to be? So I wanted to take it out of the package. So this is a nice cellophane bag. I can, oh no, it has words on it. If they have words on them, I don't reuse it really. I don't know, it still is nice, but I still could reuse it, but we'll see. We'll see if I don't need a lot of those, so I don't want to save every one. So let's see how this is. Okay, so, all right, oh, it's already together. Okay, so you just basically fluff it out and hang it up. But we're taking it apart for our crafting. So I wanted to go ahead and do that. Let's see, so it's got this little like fishing wire on here. So all I have to do is, oh, this is like the little plastic thing that hooks your tag onto. See the end there? It looks like the little plastic piece, plastic string or whatever you want to call it, fishing wire that holds tags onto your clothes. So are these just all going to slip? I snipped off the end, so these are just going to, oh, no, there's another one there. Let's see, if we snip off all the ends, maybe we can just get the hearts off of here so we can craft with them. You are going to have the little holes, but that doesn't bother me one bit. You could put some yarn or something. It's a tiny hole. You can make the hole bigger if you wanted to make them into tags or something. So these I need to cut off of here. And let's see, are any falling off? Where I cut the strings, this one fell off. So I need to cut all the strings or the rest of the strings. I keep trying to pull these off, but they're connected. Okay, this one's connected. Okay, so let's disconnect all of these. And I have my trash can right here to throw away all these little strings. So there's another one. And let's cut this and see how many we can get off of here. We got one little one, plain pink. This one says, nope, each one is connected separately, it seems. That makes it more sturdy and it keeps them in place. That's what's holding them in place because each one's connected separately. But this one says, be mine. I really don't want to cover up. I kind of would like to use them as, like, not cover up either side, but I'm going to end up gluing some of these down. So these are bigger. So these I probably would use, especially this one is a good size, the width. This one's a little wide. I might have to use this one as a half heart on a page and put the other half on another page because it's so big. Or if I have a big journal, I can use it. But I'm going to leave this out. This one's more Valentine-y because of the XOXO, but this one I could leave out and use in any journal where I think I could use a colorful heart type of thing like that with just a pattern on it. Okay, so we got that side done. Let's get this side done. Yeah, I just wanted to show you how these came out in case you have them and haven't opened them yet, or you want to run and see if they have any left after Valentine's Day, because I'm going to be showing you this after Valentine's Day. But maybe they have some on clearance now at Dollar Tree. I should go buy today, but I don't want to go anywhere today. Today is, I'm doing this video on the day after Valentine's Day, and I don't want to go anywhere today. I want to just get some stuff done around here, because yesterday was full of activity. It was my birthday. We would have my birthday celebration, and I didn't go anywhere yet, like shopping, even though I probably should have gone yesterday. I wanted to go to the thrift store, but then I didn't want to take the time to go because I just wanted to do some crafting yesterday before I went to my birthday, Valentine's Day celebration with my family. And then last night I watched my granddaughter while my older son and daughter-in-law went out. So that was a special time with her. I just love spending time with her. We had fun together. We always do. She's good. She's very good and very easy to watch. So she got a burst of energy actually about, 10:30 at night last night. But she was, so this one, okay, so this one's it's cut off. But still I can either just use half the heart or figure out how to use that with that piece like that. So I'll just cut that off of there like that. And this one I'll leave together. This big one I'll leave together for now. But I could cut these little hearts out, but it's still got that little divide there, but I could glue them together. I don't know. I think I would just leave this together for now and decide if I want to cut this in half or what I want to do with that later. but I'm going to cut this little one out here because, and you know, I mean, I could decide just to not use this at all. So, you know, I don't really think that's wasteful, but I could use the words. I could even cut out the words. That's probably the best idea. Cut out those words. Yeah, maybe I should plan on, because it does say Happy Valentine's Day. I could plan on, try to remember to next year when it comes to Valentine's Day. There's that heart. That's a pretty with the flowers on it. But why don't we do that right now? We have 2 of them here that came in this one package, and I have 2 packages. Let's see how this looks. So let's go ahead and I could make what I'm getting at is I could make a Halloween. Because was I just talking about Halloween with my Stranger Things? Valentine's Day glue book type, you know, bigger journal next year, and then I would be able to have pages long enough to use that big word right there. We'll see. I'll find a way to use it. But here's, I think shaped words are fun, and they look, you know, they look really cute on something. I mean, if you make cards, you might be able to use this in a card. And even I could make a card too. A big card for the Valentines, because that's a big word. But, or you could use it in your home decorating, even if you cut it out. Or you could just save the heart for your home decorating and use the rest for your crafting type thing. I just want to cut this out though and see what it looks like. I kind of like to cut around the letters as much as I can to make it as shaped as possible. I think it looks cute like that. So let's just see how this looks. I'm probably going to cut this separate. I'm going to cut it separate, but I just kind of went around here first. Just going around Valentine's first. And then we'll get this off here. I think I'm going to cut this off here though, because it's kind of getting in my way. Let's get this piece off. And then I could even punches out of this pink part. I could punch some whale-tail tabs or something out of here, so I'll save that. That's big enough to do something with. So I'm not wasting it just because I'm cutting it up. I'm just going to do other things in its original purpose. It's nice thick cardstock. So I'm sure there's lots of other things you could probably do with it too. You could add to it as far as adding some glitter or some other things like that to it. You could add some bling. You could add some bling. Just so many things, right? So many things. Okay, so now I'm cutting the Valentines off of here. I didn't really plan on doing this. It's taking longer than it's not taking longer than I thought it would. It's just I didn't plan on doing this. I plan on getting to the little craft I want to do. But then I just had this idea. So I'm just going with it. Sometimes that's what happens when you're crafting, right? You just get ideas and have to see you have to try it. Okay, so here's the Valentines. See how cute that is, cut out like that in kind of a shapely fashion. Okay, so we got the word Valentine's there. And then we'll cut day out here in a second. And let's just cut the happy. Now, happy doesn't have as much shape as the other words, so we'll just go with it. See what we can do here. Leave a little pink border around it, as much as we want to. You could leave a bigger pink border than I am if you wanted to. I just want to remember that I don't want it to take up too much room, so I'm just cutting a small pink border around it, and then kind of rounding the corners here. There's our happy. And those letters are all separate. You know, the Valentine and the day is cursive. This is separate, so you could actually cut those letters out separately if you wanted to. Like you could cut them out separately, and then instead of it going this way, you could line them up vertically. So let's cut this out. The day, and I think these are really cute. I like it, and I won't punch out after this video. I'll go and grab my whale tail punch and make some pink, because I have it out already to do things like this. Just use up scraps right away and have a supply of whale tail punches that I can put in my goodie packs or use. Okay, there's the day. That looks cute. It has a shaped word. Very cute. So there's that. And this piece I'm going to throw away, but this piece and this piece I'm going to save over here to make my whale tail punches, or whatever. Maybe I'll get my heart punch out and punch some little hearts. I do have a heart punch. So here is the other piece. Now I'm not going to do this one right now, but I'll go ahead and cut out this heart here. And let's see. Did we cut, what happened to the other? I guess it was cut out. This one, I'll probably just, I could just punch some punches out of that one too as a nice, pretty patterned paper or cardstock there. Cut some things out of that one. Cut some smaller hearts out of that one. You know, like I said, I have a heart punch. I have star punch. I could just punch punches out of that pattern. That would be pretty with all the colors like that. So I'm going to save that whole one to decide what to do with later. But here's the hearts. I just wanted to show you. And I wanted to cut them out in case I need them today, like to put on one of these little... You could even string these on, since it has that little hole. You could even string these on a tassel, the little ones. I probably wouldn't put a big one on there, but I put a little one on there. And these are all, let's see, these are all bigger. They're not big, you know, giant, but perfect for a little tuck spot. Oh, here, I did cut out that one. But that's probably what I'm going to do, or save it as a, we'll use that one as a half heart real quick so you can see what I'm talking about. I'll put those over to the side, and these for later, because I want to get to this other craft. But let's just do this one real quick and use it as a half heart. I did this the other day too, if you saw my scrap control video. But just cut this in half. This part that's, you know, kind of wonky here. That's going to be like weird to use. And just use the half heart here. On here or over here. Or on a page. I don't think I'm going to use it here. This looks a little bit big for this. So I don't think I'm going to use it here, but that's how I will use it somewhere as a half heart. So I'm going to put that over there. So let's get to this little craft I want to show you. So I got these. I got my words like I showed you. I've got my 2 sharp scissors. And I got this for my birthday. So I wanted to show you what I got. One thing I got for my birthday. And these, when I got this, I was like, this is so perfect for my next project. But this is, and I didn't ask where they got it, but anyway, it doesn't matter. Encountering Spring, Dreamy World. This is a whole booklet of acetate stamps. I was just trying to see a brand name in case but you can look it up on Amazon. I would imagine that that's where they got it. Encountering Spring, Dreamy World, and these are acetate stickers, so you can look that up if you want to look these up. But here they are, very vintagey, very, you know, really any time of the year. I'm not going to say just spring, but if you are doing a spring vintagey journal, they would be perfect. And the colors, there's a lot of green here, so again, that reminds me of spring. You know, there's a lot of different things. There's ladies, there's flowers. There's just, windows. Here's a chair, little gardening things. So, I don't know how hard these are going to be to take off of here. That's one thing we need to check out. So let's just, I wonder what's the easiest way. Okay, so this kind of, this is, wow. No, oh, okay, I thought it was sewn in. It's just the plastic is holding on there. Okay, I just want to pull a page out here. Just make it easier for me to possibly get a sticker off here. So let's see how these stickers are. Are they acetate? Are they white? No, these almost look, oh, like washi stickers. Okay, I shouldn't have said acetate. They're washi. They're like washi stickers. And acetate and washi stickers are, they're very similar because you can usually see through them. But of course you can see through acetate more than washi a lot of times. But oh no, once you put these down though, yeah, I forget, I haven't used washi stickers in a little bit. So yeah, once you put them down, the washi part of it, that's white or whatever, you can see right through it. So let me show you. This is a little telephone with flowers on it. Isn't that cute? And you can see the white part, you can see right through it. You can see the lines right through it. And that's what I wanted to do. I just wanted to decorate these with you today and maybe put a little washi sticker and a word on it. So we're going to put a word on here in a second, but I wanted to show you the other things real quick. So I got that little booklet, and then this was another set. This is called Vintage Style Cyan Looked at Wild Dome. I don't know what that means. I'm just showing you in case you want to look for it. The color cyan, SCYAN, looked at wild dome, vintage style. This was, across here covered with cellophane. And it says down here, notebook, material paper, sticker, card, tape, envelope, note. There's a lot in here too, so that was cool. When I opened it up, I was like, oh, look at this, look at that. So here's some washi. And here's some little, it's in a band here, but little memo notes, which I think a lot of these are stickers. You have a peel off back. I think these have a peel off, possibly, maybe not. I really haven't figured it out yet. Here's a little to-do list paper, like a little, like little ephemera pieces. And then here's a little, I guess I can take this off. I'm just trying to keep it organized. Yeah, let me take it off. One can see it better. Oh, that's cute. I'm glad I took it off. Has a little, I didn't see this on the bottom. It says the forest right there, and it's got these lines. I guess these are just paper, not stickers. And then here's a little note paper too. It says record there, and then date and type. Almost looks like a library card. So those are in here. There's a ton of stuff in here. I can even use this little belly band. That's pretty. It's very vintagey looking. And then, let's see. I just want to show you this quickly. So, okay, so these must be stickers. I'm gonna say these are probably stickers. Yeah, I think they are. And then there's just, I'm not going to show you every one, but just to get an idea. All different shapes and sizes of stickers here. Vintage style. Again, with the garden, spring kind of vibe. So those. And can I put these back together real quick? Yes, I can. Okay. And then this is a little notebook here. When it said notebook, this is the notebook. So I could take this apart as far as take the paper out and use that separately. Oh, this is the little cover. Hold on. Oh, did I see that yesterday? I don't know. Okay, so this is a whole separate little cover I can make a journal out of. Look at that. Whole separate little, it's a very thick cardstock too. And then here's the little notebook, which I also could, use this cover as a journal cover. And I like the little green here, like a composition book type spine. And then it has this, it's all grid paper in here, so I could use that grid paper as, decorate it and use it for journal cards in, papery journal cards in my journals. And then here's some little strips that are, let's see, these, what are these? They're perforated. I just want to take one apart at least to see, is it a stamp? No, I think you just glue them down. Okay, so now that I took that apart, I would use these separately, but these could be belly bands. These could be belly bands. Or I could use them separate. They're really cute. Like that one, see? Little lines and stuff to write on, but this one's like this. They have these all like floral ones too. So those are in there. And then there's 2 envelopes in here yesterday. 2 that I was really impressed with. Like a coin envelope, a little bit bigger than a small coin envelope size. See there? These are envelopes. Very cute. I was really impressed by those. That might be my favorite thing in here. And then here's some more like ephemera type. It could be a belly band or just whatever. It could be a side tuck. But these are all this size, all different patterns on here. On these. And then these are some more. Well, here's acetate. These are acetate and these are washi. So I have lots of stickers and pretty, very pretty stickers to work with. Those, several sheets of the washi. And here, these are acetate and they look like postage stamps. Aren't they gorgeous? And then sheets of what is it? These types of papers, just all different patterns. Look at the bunny. There's a bunny one in here. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. And then, last but not least, some just bigger papers. Yeah, there's the box, the bottom of the box, but some bigger papers. And these are just papers, yeah. They're white on the back. But look how beautiful. Little fairies on this one. Birds. Yeah, these will be perfect. These are kind of a lightweight cardstock almost. Either you could call them thick paper or lightweight cardstock because they could be, like I could cut these up for belly bands or pockets. I don't know if I'd be strong enough. I think they'd be strong enough for a belly band. But if it was a pocket, I probably would back it a little bit with some cardstock. But those are very pretty too. So let's see. Let's see what I want to leave out. Let's leave out, where are those stickers? Right here. Not those. I think I might just say that those were a special project. So, and I already have washi. Let's leave out one of these acetate stickers and use some of these on one of these some of these cards. Let's leave that one out. Okay, so yeah, I got that for my birthday. So that was exciting because it was so junk journal related and fun. And, you know, it's fun to see, you know, I would have never bought that for myself. I mean, it's not that I never would have bought it for myself. I just wouldn't have, at this moment, I wouldn't have picked it out and bought it because, you know, I have so much stuff that I'm trying to use out. So I wouldn't have gone in search of something like that. But it's neat that somebody else gave it to me because now I have something new and different and fun and so perfect for my current project. So let's, we tried one of the, I think I put my page back in there that I pulled out. I think I put it in here. Hold on, where is it? Where's my page that I pulled out? It's on white. I think I put it in here with all my stuff. Ah! Here it is. I put it in here with my stuff. There we go. It got gathered up. All right. So we got plenty of stickers out here probably, and we got plenty more if we need them, but we used one of these, and I was going to put some words on here, and then we have all these stickers right here. So we're going to try those out, and we're going to put some words on here as far as whatever will fit on here. So that's what I've been doing. Do your best. So I'm going to put that on the top line right there, and this one will be done. So these are going to be little journal cards in my journals, coming up journals. So let's see how hard are these acetate stickers to get off of here. Look at the little lemons, those are cool. Let's see if I can see. Okay, I can kind of barely see where you're supposed to pick it up. Oh yeah, well look at that. I got that one right away. It's a little delicate though. It has some thin, the stem is kind of thin, so feels pretty sticky. I'm not really paying attention to the tab color. I'm just not trying to match that. I'm just putting them down. That looks beautiful. I do love acetate stickers. I've learned that I really love the acetate stickers and the washi stickers, the way they disappear into the project that you're putting them on. Okay, next two words. This one says never give up. Oh, I'm trying to tear it, huh? I don't want to do that. Why is it tearing? Oh, that piece doesn't belong. Okay. Never give up. I'm trying to put this on the top line there. Okay, that's another one done. This is a pretty quick little project. Okay, let's do, we're just going to try to use these two sheets up. Let's see if we have enough though. There's a little postage stamp on here. And then there's some little tiny ones where I would want to put more than one of those on a, you know, a project because they're so little. But let's just kind of go in order here if we can, so I don't have to choose. I'll just, if I can get them off. Yeah, there we go. Just got to find the little place where it comes off the paper, off the acetate. Let's do a couple of these. Let's do 3 of them at one time. Maybe, if we can. Very beautiful. Floral. Number 3, let's go to the washi, just because I want to do a washi one. We're going to use them all, because I have quite a few cards here. I think we'll probably use up, not these bigger ones, but these smaller ones, and the smaller, all of the other sheet is smaller, so this is a bouquet of flowers in a basket. Very beautiful. And then some words. Great things take time is the next quote here. Little saying, whatever. Phrase. Oops, I went right off the page with that one. Hold on. I kind of put it too far over. It was just black though, so I could cut it off. Where did that go? It's on here somewhere. Oh, there it is. I don't know if I can get it off here. There it is. Now can I get it off my finger? It's the next question. I probably should have done that after the video, but next phrase, let's see. Keep some room in your heart for the unimaginable. That one's too long, so I'm going to go to the next line here. Simple. What does it say? Stay simple. Okay. Simple can be good. Stay simple. And so your adventure begins. That's the next phrase. I think that's not too long to fit. There we go. Those 3 are done. Pretty quick. Yeah, I just thought we could do this together instead of me doing it behind the scenes. I mean, you might enjoy seeing how these turn out. So, oops, there's our 3. And then we have 4 more. 4, yeah, 4, 5, 4. All right, so where's our stickers? Let's use these 2 up, and then, because I'm not going to use these bigger ones on here, and then we'll be done with this sheet. Very beautiful. Okay, watering can. So simple, but so pretty and vintage looking, right? This was a clear one. The tab was clear. So you can put something in here, like if you, I'm not going to, but if you get a journal from me and one of these are in here, you can put something up inside that tab. That's what they're made for, but I just use them as a tab. So you don't have to put anything in there. I think they look cute just like they are, right? Don't you? Here's a watering can with flowers in it. I love this rust. I have one kind of like that I got at a flea market in Florida for 10 bucks. Quite a few years ago now. You probably couldn't get one for 10 bucks now, even at a flea market or even a yard sale. They're going to charge at least $25 for that now, right? Yeah, I think I've seen them since then, and I've looked at the prices. I didn't really want another one, but you know how you look at the prices just to see? And yeah, I've never seen one for $10 since I got mine for $10. Yeah, that was quite a while ago, but not that long ago. Like, I'm trying to think how many years ago it was. I'm thinking 5, but it might have been 10. I don't know if I've had it for 10 years. That's really pretty on there too. Look at that. Okay, words. We are fearless. I don't know about that, but I'm going to put it down here. Oh, wait, is this a big long one? Wait a minute. Okay, it's not ending there. We are fearless, independent, and original. Those long ones I'm going to have to save for a bigger card. There is beauty in simplicity. I think that's a shorter one. It's kind of long, but I think it'll fit on here. Let's put this on the, this will be kind of appropriate for the watering can with no flowers. There's beauty in simplicity. It doesn't have any flowers or anything in it, but it's still beautiful. I do have I do use my watering can in the one I got at the flea market. This says take risks. I'm not a risk taker, so I don't necessarily like that one. But yeah, I use mine in my garden. And last year it grew, like I've planted flowers in it. But last year I didn't plant anything in it. It kind of sprouted something that looked really pretty. I don't know if it was a weed or whatever. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to leave that because it's pretty. And then a bird built a bird nest in it. I was like, okay, I'm going to leave that alone. Let the bird do its thing. Let the birds be safe in there, hopefully. And that little weed that with flowers on it or whatever, pretty weed, grow out of there. And it was nice. Choose to see the good stuff. Okay. Oh, as I'm talking about pretty weeds and birds growing in my watering can. Baby birds. Choose to see the good stuff. Yep, that's what I did. Chose to see the good stuff. All right, we've got four more. We'll get all these done at one. In one fell swoop. There we go. And do we have 4 more stickers? Oh, we have plenty of stickers. Okay. I didn't know. I thought I didn't count anything out or anything, so I just didn't know if we'd have enough on here, but we do. There's a pretty different kind of looking flower. Let's put this, no, I like it over here. And then the next one, let's put this yellow lemon one on the yellow. The first one I'm going to match. First one I'm going to match up. Like I said, I wasn't matching them. I'm just pulling them off and putting them down wherever. However, that's a very beautiful lemon branch. And then let's do this white flower. Oh, look at that. We'll do the strawberry. Let's do the strawberry. Let's see if the strawberries might want to go on this red one. Reddish. Oh, that's actually orange, I think. So we might put this one on a clear one if it clashes. Not that I should even be trying to match it. Not that I can even get it off of here. Oh, here we go. Does it go well enough? It kind of does. Okay, let's go for it. It looks fine. Okay, it kind of has the same color on it. Okay, and there's the biggest flower left on here is this white one, so I'm going to go for that. You know, it's small. I'm not saying it's big. It's just all the rest, except for the stamp. I didn't really want to, I just couldn't picture, I mean, I could have put it on here, but I couldn't picture a postage stamp on these. I just wanted something like this, you know, less shapely as far as rectangle, whatever, anything like that. Okay, words. Choose to shine. I'm not going to choose which ones these go on. I'm just going to line them up because that'll take longer if I try to get choosy. Now this looks like a long one. Fall in love with as many things as possible. The next one is, next two are shorter. Live, create, tell the story. That's the next one. So that'll go in here. And I'm not trying to center these or anything. I'm just putting them down kind of over to, I guess I'm putting them over to the left most of the cards. Next one is stay curious. And did I say I'm just going down the line so I don't get choosy on this either and take more time. And then these longer ones I'll use on my regular, where are they? I have them here somewhere for use also. What did I buried them or something? But my regular 3x5 index cards, when I decorate those, I'll use these longer ones. So last one says, believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Oh, I really like these words. Very, because you know how you get some words and they're like weird? They're like, well, I really don't like that at all. Okay, here's what we made today. You saw, I'm not going to show you the other stuff that I showed you, but I'll show you what we made real quick. We made all of these, so more things done. So now I can put, see, my issue was I wanted to use some of these things before I started my next project. So, and like these are ready to go now in my next project, my next journal project. So I kind of had them out and I wanted to use them before I started on a journal. And plus I have been doing those other journals, the little golden book journals, and I've been like one journal after the other. So I kind of wanted to do some ephemera videos too and make some ephemera. Not that I needed any because I already have a lot of pre-made. But these are, you know, and I got these out, so, you know, just projects. I don't want them to sit around without me doing anything because that just messes up my craft room. So that's how I keep it uncluttered, or try to, at least a little bit, or mostly. So those are fun. Look how much, they don't even take up that much room. So I'm going to go put them in my little container where I keep my pre-made ephemera, or I might keep them out. No, I think I'm going to put them in there because I just don't want them out. I don't like too many things sitting around, so I'll go grab them when I'm ready for them. I'll know exactly where they are, and I will see you all in my next video. I hope you enjoyed this video with all the different things I showed you, and stay tuned because I'm going to put this stuff away and get my journals that I already started the covers, which I showed you 3 journals, and the covers are already started. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day.